Okay, reading the Awakener, bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com to donate to our church. We're on number 7, page 122. Maintain control over your lower bodies. Okay, so this means dry fasting. Okay, control what you eat. Control the energies that you're around. Some say, eat organics, eat this. Okay, well, I don't believe in any of that anymore, and I'll do a bunch more videos about that and alternative medicine stuff. But right now, we're in New Earth energy. It is your thoughts, your quantum. It is what you believe it is. Belief, of course, turning to knowing. Like when you sit on a chair, you believe the chair is going to catch you, or do you know? You know. You're walking on the ground, you know you're not going to sink, like you're a ghost. And by the way, why don't ghosts sink? Why do ghosts walk on the ground and just hover? And how come ghosts can walk through walls but not fall through floors? We've had this discussion many times. All right. This means continue to purify the physical, emotional, mental, and lower spiritual ego bodies. Which is also paying attention to every thought, every... when an emotion comes up, allow yourself to know. Sorry, there's noises around me that are cracking me up. Okay, if an emotion comes up, when an emotion comes up, what must I believe to be feeling this emotion? Then you identify the emotions and you're clearing your lower bodies. Okay, I'm just going to focus on this reading, seriously. Okay, these all need to be lightened up into even higher frequencies in preparation for the light dimensions ahead. All buried thought and emotion from this and previous incarnations will now surface in order to be released into light. This would be all those thoughts and emotions that you were unable to view, perhaps because they were too traumatic and painful. The body knows, let the body feel. Okay, I give this example to someone the other day. If there was a crime, okay, example was murder. So someone was murdered and a dog witnessed it. The dog wouldn't be able to draw a sketch of the murder person, the murderer, the murdered person. But if that murderer came to the house, the dog would be agitated. The dog would bark. The dog would be upset. And the example is that your body is like that. So the body may not be able to identify the perpetrator like to other people, but the body knows, even though it can't communicate with you in a language that you understand, the body becomes discomforting, uncomfortable, pain, agitated, feeling icky. This is you not being true to yourself. This is the body letting you know that's not the truth. Okay. Then, I'm just cracking myself up. They then remained buried in the dark, in a dense vibrational energy. When something is viewed exactly in truth, an exact duplication of the incident is formed again in its own time and space, and it disappears. It then becomes available not as a memory, but as a knowing, a fifth dimensional aspect. That's in parentheses after a knowing. Just like we were saying, when the belief turns into a knowing. When you know, that's a fifth dimensional attribute. As these thoughts and emotions rise up to the surface, realize that you have created the circumstances necessary to bring them up so they can be released. So it may be an unrelated circumstance. It may feel to you that it's unrelated, but it's an energetic match. So it's bringing up something to relieve old trauma, old pain, abandonment issues, loss, abuse, insecurities, low self-esteem. You create an energy match. So it could be a new person that you're lovers with. It could be an accident you come along, someone upset at the store over the silliest thing. It could be any number of things that triggers that similar vibration emotion to let it heal. And I've been working on when things come up to heal. Make sure this is on. When things come up to heal, like we were talking about the body knowing, I've been looking right at it. So I don't have a story. I don't try to say, oh, what's the matter? What caused this? I just let it be. I just look at it and let the energy, let the emotion be without judging it. So, and I don't necessarily mean emotion. I mean the body's interpretation of the emotion. So you might feel like, like you've touched a hot stove or whatever, you feel that feeling of the emotion in your body and you just sit with it. Just let it be. It could take days. But you don't label it, don't worry, don't fret, don't try to change it, don't try to change yourself, don't try to change people. And let your true beliefs come up through this too. Okay, so that they can be released. You can view the content if you wish, but mostly it is not necessarily. Simply let it go. It would not be wise to bury it again, or you will have to create another situation that will bring it back up again. Remember that in this universe, when a void is created, something will come along to fill it. It is therefore important that if you release a mass of negativity, you need to fill that space with light. Number 8, we're on page 123. Allow the ego to blend with spirit. The ego incarnated soul identity is now blending with spirit. The I am presence is joining you. Let it be so. 9. Love unconditionally. To love as spirit means to love everything, all forms in the universe. This means not just friends and family, but every person, animal, insect, plant, tree, mineral, and every drop of water, grain of sand, pebble, blade of grass, and life that exists in God's creation. It also means to love yourself. All things are God in form. It is truly possible, while still on earth, to love everyone with total unconditional love. There is never a reason good enough to withdraw unconditional love. Now, as we said earlier, that doesn't mean that you don't follow your preference, okay? You can discern. Just because you unconditionally love someone or something doesn't mean you prefer it. So you can be like, oh, that's awesome. I love that. That I love. Like I love dogs, but I don't prefer to be around dogs. I don't prefer to have a dog. I don't prefer to have a dog needing my attention or needing fed or needing, but it doesn't mean I don't unconditionally love that dog, because I do. I guess dogs are the examples, because I'm the dog in Chinese astrology. I'm the white dog, so like the metal dog. And so unconditional love does not mean forcing yourself to stay with someone you don't want to be, or to stay at a job you don't want, or to stay in any life circumstances that you don't prefer. Okay, that's not love, and that's not unconditional love to yourself either. There is never a good reason enough to withdraw unconditional love. It does not matter what anyone has ever said or done. When you do not love, fear is present in some form at some level. When you love everyone, what else could occur in your life but complete love? This is the law of attraction. What you put out follows a curve, like a boomerang, and comes back to you. Sometimes this works instantly, or there can be several incarnations in between, but it always happens. Number 10, faith and trust. Faith and trust in God, in Goddess, in all that is, in universal consciousness, and the universal process that provides all our needs is perhaps our greatest step. Most of us tend to work our way up to total faith and trust in small steps. It will be required in its totality prior to your ascension. Right, we work ourselves up to it, but at the same time, we don't with like a chair. I mean, you don't work yourself up to going, oh, well, one day I'll believe that the chair will catch me if I sit on it. No, you just know that it will. Maybe you were first taught it will. But not even that. I mean, you've seen other people sit on chairs and you just knew it was a fact and you never doubted it. You never thought you could sit on a chair and you'd fall right through. It just wasn't something that come up. It's an example. You may groan and feel that you will never achieve these things, but you can and you will. It is you who will decide when. It can start with simple discipline. And discipline in every moment, paying attention to every thought, knowing every belief, and being true to yourself, honest with yourself, no matter how dark or deviant or weird other people might think that you are. Be you. That's who you are. There's no such thing as good or bad or dark or light. It's just your preference. It is you who will decide when. It can start with simple discipline. Begin now achieving what you can and these steps from one moment and then to another. Soon the moments will begin to join together, and your life will be moving in the divine natural flow of all things. For every moment you are in the divine flow, you will feel an inner excitement or contentment. You will reach a point where this is so evident, you will be immediately aware when you step out of this flow, because the feeling of excitement will disappear. That also goes along with the reward of staying in the moment. Right? If you were excited and happy and sure in the moment, you wouldn't feel low self-esteem. You wouldn't feel worry. You wouldn't feel discontent. You'd just be excited. Okay, you will reach a point. Okay, so now let's see here. Soon the moment. All right, let's start that over. It is you who decide when. Okay, begin now achieving what you can from moment to moment. Soon the moments will begin to join together, and your life will be moving in the divine natural flow of things. For every moment you are in the divine flow, you will feel an inner excitement or contentment. You will reach a point where this is so evident that you will be immediately aware when you step out of this flow, because the feeling of excitement will disappear. We are all striving for a perfect balance in every aspect of our lives. We are balancing the male and female within, the heart and mind, physical, emotional, mental, and lower spiritual bodies, right and left hemisphere of the brain, karmic energies, innocence, and wisdom. To remain balanced and harmonious regardless of the external circumstances, and living in the physical plane, whilst maintaining a oneness and unity with God. And you are God. Your higher self, your divinity. You are probably much closer to achieving this complete balance than you realize. Even if a few traumatic situations are presenting themselves and you are feeling strong emotions come up, recognize that they are probably the last stages of completion for you. As ego blends with spirit and personal desires give way to service to others, you will begin to experience a great inner peace. As you move into the harmony of the universal oneness of the struggle of life disappears. The love and joy that many search for all their lives suddenly abounds, and a great happiness and contentment permeates as you at last feel truly yourself. And wow, right? Oh my God. This came across me yesterday. Well, I felt so liberated in being honest with myself about who I am, what I like and what I prefer, and not pretending I prefer something I don't, so that other people will like me more, or so that they'll be comfortable, because I need them to be okay and comfortable, and I need to ignore my truth. And when I am honest with myself, it's such a feeling of liberation and a feeling of truly being yourself. It's the Holy Grail. I was going to say it's the Holy Cow. It's the Holy Cow Grail. Okay, be as God, and you are God, serving in a loving and balanced way. Follow the excitement of spirit in each moment. Accept the cause, power, and dedication of divinity as a master in total faith and trust of the absolute love and perfection of all creation. Trust yourself, love yourself, know yourself, be honest with who you are. God bless you. I love you.